are you? This is Joanne. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a March layout slash project share of everything I made in March. So thanks for stopping by and looking. I want to say hello to everybody and all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is a birthday card I made. I'm not sure who I'm going to give this to yet, but I just felt like making it. I made a little envelope to match with the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. But look at this. Oh my god, so much dimension. I got this ribbon and the little from Hobby Lobby and the little stickos from Joanne's on clearance. So I really wanted to make this card. I just thought it was so cute. And these are some matte finish in enamel dots from Gina Marie Designs. And then inside I just put Celebrate with a little metal die and a piece of paper to match. So there's that. And then the next thing I did was this layout, which I love so much. This is all Alt to New products. I had some leftover papers and flowers after I made these. And there is a process video for the card I just showed you and for this layout and this card too. So this is a beautiful card. I just used white paper. Everything is Alt to New. Some enamel dots and some flowers and leaves. And I use their beautiful embossing folders for the cover, and then I just put a little flower on the inside so you can write your sentiment there. And then here's this layout. I love this so much, you guys. Oh my gosh, I took a 12 by 12 piece of white cardstock and I cut it into 4 6 by 6 pieces of paper because the Alt to New embossing folders are 6 by 6. And I ran it through the embossing folder and then just hand stitched them back together at the seams. So look at that background. Isn't that so cool? I love it. And I just did some splatters, enamel dots, and some Alt to New stamps. And there's a process video for that. I showed you how I made my flowers because I don't enjoy coloring. It's just not my thing. So I paint my paper and then stamp so I don't have to color. So like I said, there is a process video for that one. I think it's so pretty. And then the next one, this was done for Scrap Our Stash Blogspot. I'm on the design team. And this is using the August 2020 hip kits. And it's just me and my cousin I should say, being silly with Snapchat that she has on her phone. I don't even know how to use Snapchat. So there's just some flowers. This is busy and colorful and crazy, but that's why I use this collection because the pictures are goofy. But I love it. And then next we have the February 2021 hip kits that has a lot of simple stories and hip kit exclusives in it. I just love this layout. This is myself and my best friend. And look at all, they have the little clear stickers that looks like mixed media so you don't have to do it. And I did Pink Fresh gems all around. This is all hip kit exclusive ephemera, and there's simple stories papers. And look at the sequin bar or whatever you want to call this I made. Isn't that cute? I just made a little sequin mix from everything I had in my stash to match the collection, and I thought that was cute. You are my person. Remember how, like, in Grey's Anatomy, they said that? That was so funny. It reminded me of that, so I put that on there. And then the Simple Stories frames, which I love. I think this is called the Hello Today from Simple Stories. So there's that, and lots of pretty little gemmies. And all my sequins. I love my sequins. So all I did, actually, in case you want to know, it's very easy to do. I took 2 border strips, you know, like the branding strips from the 12 by 12, and I put fun foam behind it to lift it, glued it down, and used some tulle. See the tulle? And then I just hand stitched the ends shut. Okay, so there's all that. So pretty. And then next, again, same kits, February 21 hip kits, same companies. This is myself and another dear friend of mine. and we were hanging out together one day, so I took a nice selfie of us. I love these simple story frames so much. They're beautiful. They're chipboard frames. Hip Kit Club, and then these rainbows came from a piece of Echo Park paper that was in the kits in February. Isn't it pretty? I love it so much. All right, there's that one. And then next we have the Simple Stories Vintage Cottage Fields collection that just came out. And I have to say, it's probably one of my favorite collections in a long time. It's one of my favorites just recently. I bought the whole thing. I couldn't help myself. I love it. It's so beautiful. So I went ahead and used the pretty papers, and I put some splatters on here and used a lot of the ephemera. And I did take a dauber tool, you know, these things, and with some black ink just go around, distress the edges of the ephemera just so it would look more vintage. This is my nephew and my great niece. So cute. And this is just a stamp with some text on it that I put on the paper. I thought that stamp went really well with this collection. But isn't this collection gorgeous? Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then it's just a piece of paper I distressed. And then this is just another piece of paper I folded up and stapled down just so you could see all the different patterns. Just kind of did a bunch of different little pieces of paper on this one, but I just love it so much. All right, there's that. And then sticking with that same collection, I went ahead and just made myself a little notebook for my craft table in case I had to write down a note. Same Simple Stories collection we just talked about. I just used some chipboard and just made the outside of this. And this is just a little notebook from the Dollar Tree. So I just paid $1 for that little notebook, and then I covered it with the papers and glued it onto the back of the chipboard I made. And then over here I just made a little pocket and I put a couple tags in there. And then I had a binder clip in my stash that I just put on there just as an extra decoration in case I needed to clip any papers together. Isn't that cute? I love it. So pretty. And then also with that same collection, I made this cute little mini album. And I just love it because it's very vintagey. And I did one of the Simple Stories frames. I put fun foam behind it and raised it and put some tulle in there. And then put all these sequins in there so they just move around. And then this is how thick the album is. I have a flip through of this album on my channel if you would like to see it. And I did distress the edges of every single piece of ephemera and paper in there with the Distressed Oxide Antique Linen to give it that more vintagey feel and not be so white. So I'll just do this really quick because, like I said, there's a detailed flip through on my channel if you want to see it. So I'll just go through this one very, very quickly. These are old pictures of my mom, myself, my dad, my aunts. I found some of my aunt and uncle and my grandma. So cool. Isn't this paper awesome? So there's that. I really like that a lot. I keep that right on my desk. And this is a Hip Kit Club. This is, oh my goodness, what is this? No. This is January 21. And it's Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file. Isn't that cut file awesome? I love Virginia Walker's cut files. They're so awesome. I'll link her Etsy shop below. She's wonderful. I'll link her YouTube channel below because you have to follow her. Her layouts are so awesome. I love her so much. That's just a shelf in my craft room. And then the name of this cut file is Pages Filled with Love. And I thought that that was a perfect title for this. So I did a little mixed media stenciling with some shimmers. And then I have some Gina Marie enamel dots. And all the rest is all Hip Kit, exclusive Hip Kit papers that month. And some Basil cardstock on the background. And the same thing, same exact collection, because I'm going to have these two hold on a minute, let me get that back. I'm going to have these two layouts next to each other in the album, so I wanted them to kind of match. And then this is a picture of my scrap box from Create Room, where I do all my crafting. And I love, again, the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file here. It says, let's get scrappy with the paintbrush and scissors. Isn't that great? And then the January, is it the January? I can't remember. This is either January or February. I think it's January. Hip kits were all about crafting. So I have a sewing machine and scissors and a little needle with some embroidery floss and some chipboard embroidery floss right there. Isn't that cute? I love that so much. Again, some mixed media on the background, and it's just all about my craft room. Cute, right? And this one is for the Scrap Our Stash design team. I have a process video for this also. And you can check that out on Scrap Our Stash blog. I'll link that below if you want to join. There's monthly prizes. And there's 2 challenges a month. One is like a remix, like a scrap lift. And the second is a sketch. And the sketches that they come up with are amazing. I love them. So, and like I said, you get a chance to win a gift certificate every month. So go on over and join us and design. This is all using Bloom Street. And this is a Paige Evans stencil with the little hearts behind it. And I just put some mixed media through it. And there's myself and my husband. And then next we have the hip kits. This was August 2020. And I just thought this was so cute. Look at my great niece with the headphones. I can't stand it. She's so adorable, isn't she? So I have like Coolest Kids in all pink that matches like her headphones and a little stripe on her pajamas. And then this is a cut file from my girlfriend Anita's cut file shop. I will link her cut file shop below too in case you're interested. And there's another little cut file. I believe this one's also for my friend Anita's shop. Some enamel dots in the middle of the flowers. That always makes interesting. And this is a little metal die from Bramble Fox. I love. Cute, right? So there's that one. And then this one has a ton of mixed medium on the back. And I can't really say that I love this, but it is what it is and it's done. So this is the December 2020 exclusive hip kits, and I just used a cut file for the snowflake in the back, and I did a stencil from the Hip Kit Club on the back. I did enamel dots, tons and tons of mixed media, and tons of those little pink fresh gems. So it's okay. I mean, it's cute. Like I said, it's done. I did a chain stitched border, and it's just going to go in the album as done, and not necessarily one of my favorite layouts of all times, but it's okay. And then this one I love. This is my niece, and this is using Maggie Holmes Marigold collection. I did some very faint pink mixed media on the background. You can't do heavy mixed media on this paper because I think it would warp the paper too much. And then I have pink fresh gems because I love those pink fresh gems. I put them on almost everything, really. There is a process video for this one on my channel too if you want to see how I did that. Very pretty. Some nice eyelash trim for my tag. There's that one. And then this one is also the December 2020 exclusive hip kits. And it's just myself and my husband outside in the middle of winter. It was freezing, but I wanted to get a winter picture so I could use this collection. Isn't that funny? You're taking a picture on purpose to use a specific scrapbooking collection. I think that's funny. But this has got a ton of dimension. I've raised this up on foam, and then I have a Bramble Fox right here that says Frosty. So it's Frosty Winter Fun because it was freezing that day when I went home to see my cousins. So I just thought that these colors are so cool. Isn't that awesome? And some more eyelash trim here on my tag. Pretty, pretty. I love how the hip kits put all these different colors together and they match, and I would never have thought to put these colors together, but I did because they said they match, and they do. Awesome, right? I like this one a lot. Okay, and then this one is like one of my favorites that I've done. I did some mixed media, mixed media in the background. It's a blue shimmers, and this is all Pink Fresh Studio, and this was my gosh, the June 2020 hip kits that had that Let's Stay Home collection from Pink Fresh Studio right in the middle of COVID that they came out with for everybody. But all the blues in that collection, oh my goodness, so cute. Look at my nieces, my great nieces' faces. Oh my God, they're so cute. And they were baking cookies or cake or something together. So this had a lot of stuff about being home. So I just said baking. And then this is an exclusive Hip Kit Club cut file. So it says family together cooking. And then I just put the word sisters down here with the puffy alphas. Really pretty, right? And then I put some thread here and some thread here. And of course, I use my Pink Fresh Gemmies and some enamel dots and some bows. This is very heavily embellished, but I love it. I think it's really pretty. All right, then next there is a process video on my channel for this one also, and this was part of the Scrappy YouTubers Liftathon that's actually still going on right now. It ran from, let me see, April 1st, and it's going to run all the way until May 7th, I think it is. So I scrap lifted the amazing Sarah scraps with this beautiful layout, and this is a Paige Evans cut file in the background that I poked holes in by hand and then just did a chain stitch in floss that matched the different ephemeras. And you can watch the process video for that. I just love, again, this is that Simple Stories Vintage Cottage Fields collection. I always want to say cotton fields, I don't know why. And then these are Pink Fresh Alphas. But look at that, isn't that cute? And that chain stitching just looks beautiful. This is a vintage photo of my mother. Pretty, pretty, right? So check out that YouTube hop. It's still going on and it's really awesome. This is February. Yep, February hip kits. Again, with the Simple Stories, a few exclusive hip kits, and Echo Park in there. And I took this pocket life card, and this is a pocket life card from the kit, and I cut this in half to make it look like it was really that long, and then tucked one in there and tucked one in there, and all these papers, oh, they match so awesome together. I love it. Isn't it pretty? Just a lot of different paper piecings and a strip. And that Simple Stories Hello Today collection is just, the colors are amazing. I put a lot of the adhesive brads in the centers of the flowers, and those are Pink Fresh Studio flowers. No, Pink Fresh Studio flowers. I don't know why I thought I said that wrong. And then just some twine. This is a really interesting way to put some twine on your tags. Just go ahead and do it the normal way and slip it in there, but then bring it up and make a bow on the top. And then just to cover up the center and make it more attractive, I put a puffy heart in the middle of it. I just think that's really cute, don't you? I always glue down my twine so it doesn't move around in the album too. And this is my great niece when she was a baby, a little porker. So I named it Baby Rolls because her mama loved her baby rolls so much. So there's that one. I just think it's so cute. And then same thing. My last layout here, this was February hip kits with all the collections I've already mentioned a couple times now. I did do a little mixed media on the background. That's just some shimmers that I did. And then I border punched 3 different pieces of paper and just layered them all up together. And then I put a 4th piece of paper here with the Simple Stories chipboard frames, which I love these frames so much. I just think the Simple Story frames and all their collections are amazing. They're one of my favorite things to use because it makes it so easy. I mean, look, your layout's practically done when you use the frames. And this was my little pumpkin head, Squeak. She's such a diva. She has to be in her room, on her bed, and catered to all day. So I called it Diva Girl. I just think it's just so cute. I really like how this one came out too, a lot. So there's that. So those are all the layouts and projects that I did in the month of March 2021. So I will come back again at the end of April and show you the projects that I worked on. in this month, okay? Thank you so much for stopping by and looking at my layouts, and have a great day, you guys.